In Japan, in other countries too, they are starting to live alone.
ジョージアで結婚した後、男の家族と一緒に住む人が多いです。
Here, our society considers that if you send parents there, it's kind of they were not maybe good parents for you and you are just avoiding because of that reason. Financial support with the family in Georgia is also one of the most important thing in family and which is very different from Japan, I would say.
I'm a YouTuber and my salary is more than average salary in Georgia. So in our family, I feel responsible to take care of not only my family but my relatives as well. Our cousin, when he needed surgery, we give him around 6,000 lari.
I am feeling love in Japanese way of expression of love, to be honest, more because when I used to be in Japanese family, like they were never mentioning this by words, but in every action you could realize how much they care.
こんにちは皆さん、テリチャンネルのテリです。
なのです。
いつも動画を見てくれてありがとう。今日はですね、日本とジョージアの家族の形の違いについて話したいと思います。日本とジョージアの家族って同じ家族なのに家族の意味そのものが全然違うって知ってた？
知らなかった全然。
ナノは日本のことわざって知ってる？
はい、知ってる。
どれですか？
笑う角には服着てる。
もうすごいよね。それがニコニコしたら幸運が来るってことですよね。他のは親しき中にも礼儀ありっていうことです。それは英語で言うと It's like among the close people there should be respect kind of meaning つまりどんな仲が良くても相手はちゃんと大切にしようっていう意味ですよね。ということで今日は日本とジョージアの家族の形の違いについて具体的に話したいと思います。例えば日本で大学を卒業した後仕事を見つけて一人で住み始める人が多いです。
When we talk about Georgia, it's and about traditions and family, it's very specific, not only different. This is kind of independent. What we don't give each other that much, especially when we talk about families. For example, when we finish the school and go to university, we continue to live with our parents. The first reason is that our country is small and we don't have a lot of universities in many cities, so it's just close and you go from your family. But in the case when a student lives in the village, parents are sending them to live in the city, but not alone. In most cases, they just move from one family to another, like cousin's family, aunt's family. It comes not only from economical reason, like not to pay rent or so on, but family, like parents, they feel more confident and more peaceful when their child is living in some relative's home. So this is totally, I don't think that this is happening in Japan. Living together like with family or relatives is kind of sacred part of our life. Even if they give us a full independence, like we choose to stay there. For example, it goes same when couple are getting married. In Japan, I know, and not only in Japan, in other countries too, they are starting to live alone. But in Georgia, we have a tendency.
ジョージアで結婚した後男の家族と一緒に住む人が多いですね。それはめちゃくちゃ普通です、ジョージアで。例えば私たちのいとこエカン皆さんがご存知ですよね。前は村で住んでたので大学行った時はその村の1時間離れる町でした。そしてその町で一人で住んでたわけじゃなくてエカは自分のお母さんの弟の家に住んでいました。そこでエカは彼らにも代わりに手伝いしてたよ。家に例えば料理作ったりとか掃除したり、あと彼らは赤ちゃんがいたのでその赤ちゃんの面倒を見てくれたりとか、そんな感じで just like she was repaying their kindness to them with her own way。 だから今はナドと同じようになってます。
For example, I'm living at my sister's home. I'm taking care of Hinata. We are like cleaning, cooking, doing stuff together.
はい。
And we are helping each other in every possible way.
そしてジョージアはどれぐらい家がちっちゃくてもそれ関係ないです。それともみんな一緒に住んでいます。例えば前エカの家を紹介しました YouTube で。そしてその家で今6人で住んでいます。あのちっちゃい家で皆さん想像できる？
For example, our cousin Mari, she moved also in one home. It's very fun. Everyone is living together.
めちゃくちゃ確かに私たちのいとこの周りの家にいっぱい人が住んでる。多分15人ぐらいじゃないですか。周り、旦那さん、旦那の両親、旦那の両親の両親とか、アンクルとかみんな一緒に住んでる。本当にすごいです。多分皆さんはこの関係でも気になりますけど、例えば日本で嫁姑問題っていう言葉がありますね。それはジョージアでもあります。There are many families actually in Georgia when girl is starting to live in the boy's family, boy's mother and this girl can't get each other so well. それは結構ありますよ。そしてそれジョージアだけじゃなくて多分世界中どこも同じだと思います。でももちろん例えば boy's mom and his wife 仲良くするのも多いです。私のお姉さんタメラとタメラの旦那のお母さんはめちゃくちゃ仲良しです。母親と娘みたいな関係です。
I think it's very important that Marina Nika's mother has just two boys, Luca and Nika, and she was always mentioning that she really wanted to have a daughter, and now she's saying that my dream is fulfilled and Tamera is like my daughter now.
はい、そして逆にもあります。例えば私の母さんも私の旦那で、母さんもちょっと男も欲しかったから、それでとても嬉しいです。本当に息子みたいに思っているからね。本当は4歳の違いだけだけど。次はジョージアと違って大人になってから家族と毎日連絡するのはなくなりますね。It's not going to be very often.
Totally different from Georgia.
はい。
I remember while I was working in a foreigner tourist company, and my mom, while I was working, was calling I don't know how many times. Our parents can't feel safe without knowing how we are doing.
I think our watchers will think that it's only our family who has this kind of close tie. でもジョージアではそれ普通ですよ。他の家族もみんな同じ感じです。
For example, while I was staying with my friends, even though we were like 25 plus age, everyone's mother or father we are calling like where are you, what are you doing,
いつ帰る
not because of controlling.
そうだね、みんな不安な感じするからこうやって電話してどこですか場所行ったら落ち着くとかそんな感じで、
Even we are like almost 30 already, my friends who are living still with their parents, if they are outside until they go back to home, their mothers doesn't go to sleep.
私たちの母さんもそうです。例えば前仕事してた時、ナノはめちゃくちゃ遅く帰る時間もありましたので、ママは全然寝れなかった。ナノが家に入る前。そして他のは、ナノと私はタクシーに乗ってた時、そのタクシーの運転手の母さんがずっと電話して、その運転手の人に、どこですか？何してるんですか？ずっとこうやって聞いてた。その運転手の人は恥ずかしかったよ。ママもう電話しないでよとかそんな言ってたんですけど、母さんはその後もう5、6回ぐらいまだ連絡した。それは日本と全く違うですね。例えば日本で仕事しながら誰かが電話したら、それは母さんか誰かあんまり関係ないです。ダメですよね、本当に。その仕事しながら電話中。でも、ジョージアはこんな感じです。
To be honest, before going to Japan, I never thought about this kind of things, but now that I've been in Japan, I really feel that this is getting somehow a little bit weird.
Awkward. Yeah. もしずっとジョージアに住んでたら全然気づかなかったと思います。
As I noticed in Japan, parents are tending not saying to their children, not admit that they need some kind of care from their children because they don't want to be a burden for them. In Georgia, it's totally different. Somehow there is a feeling that like parents are raising children and they are sure that when they get old, children will take care of them. We consider this as a caring. Like in Japan, they consider caring if they don't disturb each other. But in Georgia, if we don't take all the responsibility as a children towards our parents or grandparents, it is a kind of rudeness. And we have from our childhood this responsibility that until the end of their life, we have to be close to them, we have to take care of them, we have to support in every possible way.
That is one of the reasons why all of us still live together. 例えば私たちのママの心配は一人で住んでる時気持ち悪くなって倒れたら誰が私を助けるってジョージアの親はみんなこんな感じで考えてる。
We are raised like this. That
When you grow up, you have to take care of me, but it's not in a bad way, not forcefully, you know.
I'm counting on you. Like in Japan also, I noticed there's caring houses and so on.
それも言いたかった。はい。めちゃくちゃいい質のケアハウスがいっぱいあります。
Here, our society considers that if you send parents there, it's kind of they were not maybe good parents for you, and you are just avoiding because of that reason. But about this care house, this is totally because of our society. We don't have that much high quality care centers and so on. I think this opinion is caused from all the reasons. But in Japan, everything is different, and to be honest, I really like this way. And if I ever have a children, I will definitely tell them that when I am old, I just want to go in care house and I don't want to be a burden for anyone.
Yeah, in Japan, 例えば仕事をめっちゃ集中してる男と女がいっぱいいて、親が邪魔にはなりたくないねって考えて、that's why they are going in care house. Reason of going in a care house is totally different in Georgia and in Japan. それもめっちゃ違うから、that's why our way of thinking is very different too.
And also economical situation too. Like if there is a very good care centers, most of the families can't afford to send their parents there. It's better to stay at home and take care of each other.
例えば今最近亡くなったナのおばさんの話になりますけど、
After our uncle passed away, my auntie and my mom, and even us, we are saying that we will take care of our grandma. But she was coming just 1 month maximum, and she just could not stay at our home, not at our aunt's home, because I don't know, she felt some kind of connected to that home.
Or like even guilty to living for a long time. She was doing so many jobs in that house by herself. She wanted to take care of family, make some dishes and take care of the animals they had at home.
And also she didn't want to leave Mamuka's children. She knew that she could not do a lot of stuff, but she some kind of felt she was a little bit more support for these children. Financial support with the family in Georgia is also one of the most important thing in family, and which is very different from Japan, I would say. Because in Japan, every member of the family is very independent, especially after they are adult, and always they try to keep their problems for them and solve.
Japanese people very, very rarely borrowing money from their relatives. And also in Japan, bothering somebody considered kind of rude.
Yes. They are shy to do this.
And because they are adult, they are always thinking that I must take care of my life. Georgia では全然違うです。
全然違う。In Georgia, everyone's number of relatives are huge. And like it is considered that anyone's problem from family ties and relatives is everyone's problem. So everyone is trying to fix. If someone has a problem, everyone knows about this. Everyone is discussing and everyone is trying to fix.
Yeah, find some best solution.
It's about financial support too, and it happens a lot, to be honest, in Georgia. I think it's because of our economical situation.
そうだし、あとジョージアで例えば銀行から借金をもらうのが難しいし、パーセントがすごく高いです。家族からお金を借りると銀行みたいに厳しくはないので、とても助かります。
It's not only about taking a debt. We always feel responsibility to help our relatives. In Georgia, in general, everyone. For example, when someone feels that they have some kind of income higher than normal and they know that the relatives need something, even if this relative doesn't ask, they just call and send some amount of money.
I'm a YouTuber and my salary is more than average salary in Georgia. So in our family, I feel responsible to take care of not only my family but my relatives as well. And 本当に thank God I have this feeling. And this is not a pressure or something. I just feel happy to help them because in my life I have so many situations where my relatives helped me. So I just want to give it back to them. Not because I feel like I'm owned by them. I just want to give my kindness.
I think it's like a circle, you know. For example, I used to make some money from YouTube. 今はないけど It was
ある日
ある日 And at the time our cousin needed some operation. Like they just shared their situation with us without any intention, and just me and Terry decided just to help him because it was a matter of life and death.
日本だったらこの手術するとき政府が 70% ぐらい払います。でもジョージアではそれ違うですね。Our cousin, when he needed surgery, we give him around 6,000 lari. 30万円ちょっとぐらいです。それはジョージアでもめちゃくちゃ大きいお金です。Nano paid 2,000 and I paid 4,000 for him. Our cousin is carpenter, but he had very serious health problems that he could not even move.
Spine.
Yeah, he could not lay down, he could not sit down even well. After this surgery, he is now working again and we are very happy about it.
As I mentioned, this is a real cycle because when we needed, and I remember very well, it was very often that our uncle Mamuka was helping us always.
Yes.
Food or like living expenses or like your medical stuff.
One times I had very bad health situation, same as my cousin. And at that time too, our Mamuka uncle helped and covered my bills. And then when I grew up and my income got bigger, I repaid them again. It was not doubt that they gave me. They just gifted me this money, you know. You don't have to give it back. Just I really wanted to repay them and I paid after that. And I feel very good about it. ネタが起きちゃいました。日本人にとってこんなケースはちょっとプレッシャーに感じるかもしれないんですけど、私たちにとって全然プレッシャーもないし、ちっちゃい時から家族と親戚から助けてもらったことが多かったので、私たちは返したいだけです。
Next very important part for Georgian and for Japanese families, but in a different way, is privacy. For Japan, is that privacy is very important. For Georgia, privacy doesn't exist. I don't know what happens in Japanese family about privacy, but I realized first time at the level of Japanese privacy when I saw in a train people reading books with covers. Like you can't even see what they are reading.
はい、すごいよね。
Even on the mobile, they have a special screen.
このアングルでは自分で見てるアングルで見えるけど、ちょっとだけこっちから見たら全然見えない。
I know that in Japanese family, every child has their own room, and like parents before going there, they knock, they ask. We don't have this.
はい、全くないです。
In most of the families in Georgia, at first we don't have like
private rooms. そこから始まるよね。
そこから始まる。はい。And about like questions, everyone knows everyone's business. Everyone is asking, where are you going? Where have you been? What have you eaten? Do you have a girlfriend or boyfriend? Most important part is that they never ask you this in person. They might ask you this in front of everyone while you have a big Supra.
はい。
I don't think that this is possible to happen in Japan.
そう、でも日本では確かにない。いきなりなんかそんな話が始まったら It's not considered okay to ask a very personal question.
So if you ask me the biggest difference between Japan and Georgia, it's privacy for me.
It's very funny です。ジョージアは、例えば私はちっちゃい時は本当に一人でいたかった時はありましたけど、一人でいる部屋もコーナーもないよ家に。Every room there is somebody and you are never alone.
And about relationships, like everyone in friendships and in families, we all know everyone's ex-boyfriends and ex-girlfriends, like
details.
そんなにいらないね。
日本で一つとてもジョージア人にとって不思議なことがあります。例えば家族で母さんは子供たちにもそして旦那にも誰にも愛してるって言わない。そして日本の家族で喧嘩してもめちゃくちゃ静かです。喧嘩する時も It's very private みたいになってます。でもジョージアで全て逆です。逆に自分の子供に毎日愛してるって言わないといけないです。一日は一回だけ言ってるわけじゃないです。本当にEvery second we are saying it almost.
I am feeling love in Japanese way of expression of love, to be honest, more because when I used to be in Japanese family, like they were never mentioning this by words, but in every action you could realize how much they cared and loved you.
それが一番大事ですね。私にとっても言葉よりアクトも必要だと思います。
Yeah, in Georgia it's different. Words are more.
In Japan, I love you って愛してるっていう言葉がすごく重い意味があります。でもジョージアではそんな深くは考えてないですね。言ってるとただ We are just I love you, I love you, I love you こんな感じになってる。でも It doesn't mean that in Georgia because we say I love you we don't act or something like that. It doesn't mean that because in Georgia we say and we act. But in Japan, They don't say but they act 感じですね。
It's beautiful.
静かな愛です両方も自分の意味でとても素敵だと思います。そしてジョージアで喧嘩にするとすぐ仲直りですそして喧嘩するときは静かはないですね、全然。 It's always very loud fight。 日本で英語の I love you っていう言葉は直接翻訳すると愛してるっていう意味ですけど、 I love you の中に好きっていう意味も含まれているんだよね。それで even in Japan say 愛してるっては言わないですよね。 Mostly if they say that word 好きですっていう言葉が言うんだね。ジョージアで家族っていう意味はめちゃくちゃ広がってる。でも日本で違うです。日本で家族って言うとお父さん、お母さん、子供たち、兄弟たちぐらいだけですね。でもジョージアでめちゃくちゃ広げて、私たちのいとこのいとことかみんな They are very close relatives to us。 そしてそれでもいとこはあまりいとこと呼ばないです。いとこにもお姉さん、お兄さん、妹、弟で呼んでる。
We are raised like this from childhood. We are always together and we never call each other cousins. We call just brothers and sisters, and we are raising Noah and Hinata also like this. They call each other Daiko, Zamiko. And until now we are still having relationship with our cousins who we consider as our sisters and brothers. Eka's family. Also we have cousins from our father's side too.
ここで見てたの？ここで泣いてんの？聞こえたの？
聞こえたからすぐ部屋に行ったんだよ。
And they often visit us. They love Hinata so much.
ひなたもお互いめっちゃ大好きです。短く言うとジョージアの家族はとっても広い意味があります。英語の言葉ファミリー、家族はラティン語から来てます。そしてラティン語でオリジナル言葉はファミリアでした。ファミリアの意味は everything that belongs in house, parents, kids, or even maid who they have, or even livestock as well。 だから家族っていう言葉の意味は今の日本人が考える家族よりもっと広い意味だったかもしれない。
面白いね。
ではということで今日のビデオはここまでです。最後まで見てくれてありがとう。次のビデオでお会いしましょう。またねー大好き。